Hi everybody, this is Elizabeth from Petals and Parchment. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. I'm here to show you some projects I've been working on for the Sugarplum Stories collaboration between myself, Petals and Parchment, and Wild Rose Bohemian. Together we've released some kits, and the projects I'm going to show you today are from my add-on kit number 1 and add-on kit number 2. So let's take a look. Alright, from add-on kit number 1, probably my favorite project in the whole kit is this jewelry set. We've got some cute Nutcracker earrings and a Sugarplum Fairy necklace. And I'm going to teach you how to make these, and that would be a great project for a gift for the holidays for a loved one. Another project I'm really excited about in the add-on kit number 1 is this pop-up card. The pop-up feature is actually a snow globe, and the snow globe is a shaker card. So kind of combining some really fun elements there to make one really fun project. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. And then from add-on kit number 2, which I've got this waterfall folio. This is a really quick and fun project to put together, and it's just the right size to fit inside your journal or to be a nice standalone project. There's a pocket here where you can add some journaling cards, and a pocket here in the front. It's got a little sugar plum in it from the kit. So that's the Sugarplum Fairy dancing across the stage there. And then this isn't quite finished yet, but this is the beginnings of my zine, short for magazine, and this is just a one-page wonder with a few folds. You'll see how to make this, and it's got pockets on the sides here, and then it's also got pockets in the top, and a really fun little flat project that will also fit inside of your journals. So I'm going to show you those projects today. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to make the earring and necklace set. So when you get all the pieces cut out, you're going to have a card that looks like this that you can hang the jewelry on. And what you can do is punch a hole using your crocodile or one of your small tiny hole punches here. And you just punch them like that, and then you take your scissors and you cut down like so, and this is going to be where your necklace sits. And then a little bit further down, your holes for the earrings on either side, just like that. And this is an odd shaped punch that I don't have, but I did figure out a way to do it. So you just take a regular hole punch to do the circle portion at the top, and then I have this tab punch. I'm not really sure, but it's by Stampin' Up, and it's just like a little slot punch, I guess it's called, and go over that one and check it out. It did it perfectly. So that's your little hanger tag complete there. So there are a few things that you're going to need to complete this jewelry set. I did get a quick set resin kit. This is called UV resin, and it was this little set on Amazon. It came with the UV light, this nice silicone mat, and I actually got this on recommendation from Emma Parrish. She did a really beautiful set of jewelry, and I just had to give it a try. If you haven't watched her channel, find her. She's incredible. She's a total wizard. To kind of put my own spin on it, I decided to make the necklace with a bezel. And so I'm going to show you that process and also show you a few things that I learned while making the earrings, because I did kind of, I expected it to be really simple and kind of intuitive, but it did take a little bit of getting used to, and there are some things that I wish I would have known. So first of all, when I got this mold, I purchased this separately at Joann, and these fit rather nicely in here if you just punch a hole and stick it down on top. And so I thought, oh well, I have this gold foil, it's called an artist's pack of double-sided foiled paper, and so I tried to use that, and the results were pretty good on the front, but this is double-sided, and as you can see, it's red on one side and gold on the other, and I wanted the gold backing to match the gold in the kit, but the red, I don't know if you can see that, but the red bleeds everywhere, so that didn't work out as planned. So I wouldn't recommend using this foil as a backing, at least if it's double-sided and it's a different color on the back side. The gold didn't bleed, but the red on the back side did, so unfortunately that didn't work. And so what I did come up with, I also ordered these off of Amazon. They're backless bezels, and it's really hard to find bezels right now. They don't have any at Joann anymore, even in the resin section. So it was my experience anyways that I did have to special order some. And so I got this resin tape also at Joann, and what you're supposed to do is just cut a little piece off and then put it on the back of the bezel so that the resin has somewhere to stop. So that's what I'm going to show you now. So make sure to get a good seal on that if you can, and no crinkles in it. And then I'm just going to lay it flat on my silicone mat. Okay, so I did my first layer, and now I'm going to build it up from the back forward. So I'm going to use this glitter to get the gold effect that I want, and hopefully just pour out a few sprinkles to add some interest to the back. I'm really taking my time here because I don't want the glitter to spill everywhere. That's happened to me before. You could shake a little in your hand. That's probably the quickest way. And then drop it where you want it. So I'm just gonna maneuver these with my little pointy tool. Okay, so then we've got the gold backing now. We're building it up from the back forward. And then I'm just gonna lay my focal point on the top there. But before I do, I'll add a little bit of resin underneath. And then squish that down, making sure to get all the glitter behind the Sugarplum Fairy. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. And then I'm gonna cover the top, trying to stay in that circle frame and not get any outside of it if I can help it. It does settle in there pretty nicely. And because I was squeezing with minimal pressure and didn't have any bubbles coming out, should be good. So I'm just gonna make sure I got that all the way to the side. Oh, there's one air bubble. I was able to pop that. Okay, any last minute fixing, you want to do that, and then let's cure it. So I'm gonna see if it's still tacky. It is. So I'm going to cure it a little bit longer and then flip it over and just try to do it a little bit from the back side as well. Make sure that it's completely cured on both sides. You just add a ring and a chain and you have a pretty necklace that you made yourself. Okay, set that aside and I'm going to peel it off here. So that's what the back looks like on this one. That came out really pretty. I'm just going to hit it one more time on the back side. I can throw that tape away. Actually, I'm going to try to use it to pick up all this wayward glitter all over my workstation. And I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I did it. I'm really pleased with this one. I think it even came out a little bit better than the one that I showed you at the beginning of the video. I really like the effect of the glitter inside, and super cute. So let's move along. Okay, so this is what we're going to work on next, which are these little cute little Nutcracker earrings to go with it. And I found that it's super helpful if you glue them together first and be pretty liberal with the glue. I do like the dry glue stick. It gives you a little bit of wiggle room if you need it, but doesn't cause any problems that a wet glue might. You can use whatever glue you like, but I recommend making sure that you get all of it glued down really well first. Okay, I also recommend having wet wipes handy for this project because I've got messy glue fingers. Okay, so I'm just going to give that a quick second to dry for a minute, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch a hole in the top where the earring loops will go. Okay, so just going to use this really tiny punch to punch a centered hole. There we go. Can you see that okay? Alright, so this is the most important thing that I learned, is that you need something to keep the hole open while you're using the resin. So you can use the little pokey tool thing, and it actually works really well to keep it off the counter so you can pick it up and move the UV light over the top of it. So once again, squeeze your resin very gently and try not to get any air bubbles. And if you just slowly go around the whole surface of our little Nutcracker friend here, nice and easy, it just settles right into place. Okay, that looks pretty great. And I'm just going to bring my UV light over him. This stuff does drip, so you'll want to make sure to stay over the silicone mat so you don't make a mess. And I did notice last time that it has the potential to bend in one direction until you get the other side done. Okay, and then you just flip them over in your hand. No need to remove the pokey tool yet. And slowly tip over so we're not getting too many air bubbles. Try to turn them so that my hand's not in the way. There we go. And then just do the same on the other side. So I really hope you guys are enjoying the collaboration so far. We have had some amazing videos posted by our Sugarplums. Holy moly, we've had some great things. I've gotten to watch all the videos, but I haven't gotten to craft along with too many of them. Because of my job during the day, I am a little stuck. So trying to keep up with everything. Guys, oh, I just hope that you're going and checking out all of their submissions. They're so creative, and everything that they've shown us has been so unique. Like, every single project has just blown me away. They're really showcasing the papers and their creativity, things that I wouldn't have thought of in a million years, and things that I haven't seen anywhere else. So please go to the link tree, Sugarplum Stories, and follow along with the Sugarplums as they show you their amazing ideas, because they are really knocking it out of the park. Okay, so and then come and show us in the Facebook groups what you're doing, and use the hashtag Sugarplum Stories so that we can see, because we love seeing how you've been inspired and your unique take on the projects that you're seeing. It just makes us so happy to see it. And thank you to everybody who's left nice comments and they're following along with the Nutcracker Magic Quest game. You guys, this has been so much fun. It's beyond my wildest dreams. I can't even believe it. Remember to go to my Ko-fi and get all the freebies while they're available. And check out the kits. They're 30% off for a limited time until the 20th, when the collaboration ends. Then they'll return to full price. So you want to grab those at a deal. But there's honestly so many freebies, you guys. You don't even have to buy the kits. Of course, we would appreciate that, but there's so many freebies. Just participate and come show us what you make with the freebies, because that makes us so happy to see your creativity shine and to see you having fun and have a good time. That means the world to us. Okay, so here's my little Nutcracker earring. What I'm gonna do is use some gold jewelry findings. I got this little set. Let me back you up a little bit. I got this set on Amazon. And it's really handy because it comes with the earring part, the business part. It also has these little stoppers so that you can attach them to the card for display, and then it has the jump rings as well. So it's a really nice little set, and I'm sure you've probably seen this 100 times, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn these away from each other instead of pulling them apart. That way they're easier to go back together. So all I've done here is put the jump ring on the earring portion, and now I'm just sliding it through the earring, and then I'm just gonna twist the jump ring back towards itself. There we go, you guys. How cute is that? We have a Nutcracker earring. How adorable! Let me get all this cleaned up, and then I'm going to show you how to make the Snowglobe pop-up shaker card. Before we get started on the shaker card, I wanted to show you something that my 6-year-old and I have been working on. She was really excited to help me out. We use these faux washi strips in the add-on kit, and you can certainly use them for faux washi strips. They make really good accents to projects when you just need a small bit of color to pop. But if you remember making these as a child, these chain links, these are really great to make a really long one, wrap it around your Christmas tree. You could also drape it on your fireplace mantle, or if you have a cubicle at work that could use some decoration, this would be a really pretty project. Kids love to make these and hang them all about the house during the holidays. So there's an idea for you if you have the add-on kit, and that is in add-on kit number 1. And let's get started on the pop-up card. So first I want to show you the envelope that came with it. It comes in 2 pieces to be large enough to accommodate the card. So you'll just want to fold along the lines here, and this piece also has a fold here. And then you're just going to take some glue and glue the 2 little flaps together. Like so. Make sure that they're lined up evenly. And then when you open it up, you're going to have this flap inside, and what I like to do is just glue or tape that down so that it doesn't get in the way of the card as you're putting it in and out of the envelope. You could also just put a piece of tape here. You could use double-sided tape instead of wet glue, whichever type of adhesive you like. And then the next step is to go along the edge here on both sides. Stay as close to the edge as you can. That way you have plenty of room for the card. And there we have our envelope made. So that's pretty simple. I'm going to set that aside. Now when you cut out all the pieces for the snow globe, this is what you have. So what you want to do is just fold this piece right here, and then put some glue on the top portion of the snow globe here. Like so. And just make sure that it's centered. And I printed on the back of this sheet as well so that it was pretty on the back, because you will see it a little bit in the card. And then the next step is to take some acetate or some plastic packaging that you have recycled. I used some recycled on the last one, but I didn't have any more, so I'm using a card, a plastic sleeve for a card. And you just cut out a piece here that's large enough to cover the snow globe. These aren't the best scissors. Those are my daughter's scissors. They were just handy. Okay, I'll put that aside. And so now that you have this piece, you just want to sort of cut around. Let me grab some better scissors here. Cut around roughly. You don't have to be perfect this time because there's another step after this. These scissors aren't the best either. Sorry about that. But just cut roughly around it. It doesn't have to be perfect at this point, because the next step we're going to sew around 3 of the edges here. So make sure that you leave this bottom portion open and sew around the 3 edges. Just go around in a circle, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I got some better scissors. Okay, so next you just want to go and trim a little bit closer to the snow globe, and just trim up that edge so that it looks nice and tidy. Like so. Just follow it around like this. Okay, now on my prototype, I've got all of the pieces that are sort of floating around inside, and they may or may not be upside down at any point when you're shaking it around. So it's my preference, and this is completely optional, but I want to glue my character to the stage and then just have everything else sort of floating around him so that he's stationary and facing up and down. And then everything else can shake and move around him. But of course, that can be your preference, whether you do that or not. I would also recommend gluing down any pieces that you want attached to the stage before you sew around it or glue around it. And I did forget to mention, you can just glue the acetate on, but it'd work out much better if you did it beforehand. I just forgot that I had intended to show you it that way. So don't make my mistakes. Yes, so those are glued down now, and I'm going to just add these little clocks in one by one, and then we're going to put in some beads and glitter, and those can just float around. I have this diamond painting tray that I actually use when I'm using my hot glue, so that it doesn't fall on my workspace, and I found this works pretty well if you have something like this to get the beads inside, but if not, you can just add them one at a time. Oops, we have a runaway. There we go, there's a couple shaky beads, and I also like to do some glitter. I will say though that it's best if you don't add too much. Less is definitely more in this project. Alrighty, so now we've got some glitter and some beads. I'm gonna go back around this a few times just to seal it up. I'm gonna go across the bottom this time and just seal everything in nicely and get some wonky sewing lines. I like that look, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Nice and noisy, and you can simply stop here if you don't want to make the pop-up card, and this would make a wonderful addition to a journal. You could turn it over and glue this piece down here and then trace the entire outline of the snow globe and back it onto a plain sheet so you wouldn't see the sewing, or you could leave it if you like that. So now that we have that portion done, let's go ahead and build the card. I've found some really pretty, almost like tissue paper. It's textured, it has what appears to be tinsel and other shreds of colored pink paper in it, and I think it goes really nicely with this kit. This was actually a dusty rose color, was part of the color palette that we decided on, and so I'm going to do this for the cover, I think. And I'm not going to ink this time, but you certainly could do that if you like that look. So I'm just going to lightly glue this down with Fabri-Tac. You could use any type of fabric glue, or any glue that you have handy should work. It doesn't particularly matter too much. I do like the Fabri-Tac. That's my favorite glue of choice when gluing textiles to paper. But you should be able to make it work with even regular PVA glue if that's what you'd like. And then I think I'm going to stick with the Fabri-Tac to glue the ballerina to the front as well. You could certainly put her on some oh, I'm so forgetful. What are those things called? The little pop-up pieces to give a little dimension so that it sits higher up off the page. I can't remember what they're called right now. I'm sure I'll think of it as soon as I'm done filming. I do have some, but I tore the name off. I'm not sure what these are called. I can't remember. But you could use those to add a little bit of height by lifting the ballerina off the back of the page. That's really nice when you do that. And one more piece here. This would also be really pretty if you added some flat-backed pearls to it. Okay, so now that we have the outside of the card done, let's move along to the inside. We're going to create the pop-up feature for this card so that when you open it, it stands up straight. So the first thing that I did was, I'll move this closer so you can see, is line up this little tab with the center of the crease on the card. So I'm sure if you wanted to do it to one side or the other, that's fine. I'm going to line it up in the center and glue that down. Like so. And then this other piece that comes with the kit, you can see the score lines there. You just fold it into thirds like so. And then I'm going to start by gluing it to the back of the snow globe first. And I'm going to just make sure that those are adhered really well before I move on to the next step, which is simply adding glue to this side here and attaching it where it wants to go on the back of the card, like so. I do like this glue because it sets up pretty quickly. It's strong and effective for what I need it to do. And then you just simply raise the card to meet the back of the globe like so, and just hold it in place for a moment, giving the glue a chance to adhere and do its job. And then you've got yourself a pop-up snow globe shaker card. Then you want to train it by opening and closing it like so. Very fun, cute little project. I hope you give this a try. And I think smaller beads are better if you want to send it in the mail. Or even sequins would be great if you want to send it through the mail, but if you just want to hand deliver it to someone, you can use these larger beads like I've done today. I hope you enjoyed this project. Here's another example. And I've included some sentiments, festive joy. That's what I feel when I look at this project, festive joy. And here are some of those flat-backed pearls and a little different look on the front using some cheesecloth and some sequined material that I had in my stash. So these are the two outcomes. That's it, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you are playing the Nutcracker Magic Quest game, then you're gonna want to see. Just want to say a humongous heartfelt thank you to all of the Sugarplums who joined us during this collaboration and shared their remarkable creativity and brilliance with us. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you so much. And a huge thank you also to Rose, my partner. Thank you for saying yes when I came to you with this idea, and thank you for all the hard work you put into it and the heart. Thank you to everyone for being here. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm so grateful for you, and I hope you have a beautiful day and a happy holiday season, and have fun paper crafting. Until next time, thank you for being here. Bye!